Hi, my name is Debbie, and this week's assignment is about language learners should be exposed only to the forms they are taught. And we're asked to give our opinion on it. And I would take the opinion, I would be of the opinion that that is not wholly true. You know, in our assignments, Professor talked about the 5-hour problem that teachers have, in that usually, as with other subjects, when it comes to teaching English for a second language, it's a daily class for an hour long. So really the teacher can't use all forms and teach all materials effectively in such a limited time. So part of the teacher's work would be to encourage autonomy of each student. So if the teacher uses the 80-20 percentiles, where 80% is diffused mode and 20% is focus mode, that she is able to give some of the foundations for the students that allow them to move forward and encourage them to use resources that will give them practice and further insight into English, and so that they can use it on a practical tool. You may not be aware, and maybe some of you, if you're teachers, you're aware of it, but those of us who are teachers by profession, you know, it's the learning pyramid. And as we know with the learning pyramid, when we talk about retention rates, lecturing is only a 5% retention rate, reading is 10%, audiovisual is 20%, and 30% demonstration. But you know, when we use participatory teaching modes, 50% of group discussions provides retention, 75% practice, and 90% teaching others. So we need to encourage students to, besides the classroom work, is to go outside and look at the resources. Is it family members and friends perhaps who can help you? Is it a group that you might belong to? And if we have them explore, besides just the forms that they're taught within school, they will expand their ability to speak English. And so, you know, the 80% diffuse mode is inside the classroom or outside the classroom. And as we talked about, the door language is on the outside of the door. So just to reiterate, I would disagree in that with this question that they just stay within the forms in which they're taught. It really is about expansion and reaching out and using the resources and having autonomy, so that as talked about in our lectures, the language becomes their passport to the world. And that's what we, as people who are teaching people a second language being English, that I think that we would aspire to that. Have a good week, and I'm sure we'll talk again.